Hello, Mother. It is I, your daughter. I don't know if you noticed, but I started a YouTube channel, which I won't lie, it's kind of been my childhood dream ever since I started watching YouTube when I was in middle school, probably, something like that. I remember I used to make really cringy videos. I've been kind of trying to go back to what I was passionate about when I was a kid, because I find that what you really love to do when you're a kid is what you should pursue it as an adult. Since I'm close enough to being a kid and I haven't given up on my dreams yet, I think I'm at a perfect time in my life to do that. So when I was a kid, I was very passionate about making stupid little videos, writing songs, making music, and probably Lego building. I wanted to be a Lego master builder. When I was a kid, I loved Legos, but I didn't realize how much math was going to be involved until much later in life, and I decided, maybe not. But I've always been very creative. I've always loved to dance, which apparently is a rare commodity these days. I don't know what it is about people who don't like to dance. I think that's a crime to humanity. I think you should really be able to express yourself and move your body without really being embarrassed about what other people are going to think. But I guess we all, I guess we all have our things. Yeah, so this is my first talking video. I didn't really have any ideas, so I decided to put the camera down, start talking. I've started my job as a deckhand stewardess on a 19-meter sailing catamaran for the summer. It's a really beautiful, brilliant blue, and it's a mess right now. We're getting it ready for the season. But a good side effect of that, I guess, is that I'm in Tribun, Croatia right now. It is absolutely gorgeous here. You can see the islands in the background, and kind of working a 9 to 5 with weekends off. Well, it's more like a 8 to 6, and then weekends kind of off. So I have a lot of free time. I don't use social media, and I don't have service when I leave the boat, and I share a room with the chef, which means that I have a lot of time outside of my room, and it's also really tiny, so you don't really want to be in there. So I have a lot of time outside of my room, kind of do whatever I want. I brought my guitar. I've been writing lots of songs. Unfortunately, my captain is not a fan of my artistry, which is slightly sad because music is one of my passions. But that's okay. I just play guitar really quietly when he's not here, because he goes home on weekends and where people can't really hear it. I've still been able to write songs, though I will probably have to take a break from that during the summer. So I will focus on this instead. I'm going to be cruising a lot of really great places. We're going to Greece, and I'm probably going to see some of the most beautiful sites in the world that a lot of people don't go to. So I'm really, really excited for that. I'm not really one to take photos or document much, but I really love film. And I really love telling stories. And I think I'm going to have a lot of stories to tell this summer. So this is kind of like an introduction video. I haven't left yet. The journey hasn't begun, which is why I don't have much stories to tell. I'm just in a really gorgeous place. I'm looking forward to the stories I will tell. But yeah, welcome to my little space. I guess follow along for more. I have 8 subscribers right now, which is pretty dismal. But we all have to start somewhere, and I'm pretty excited to start this journey. I don't know what to say, I don't really have any video ideas. Don't know what direction I want to take this channel. All I know is I am an artist, I am a storyteller, and a musician. I am traveling the world at the moment. I want to document that. I love adventures, and it's been a long time coming. My story, I guess, is I have a very active imagination, and I've always imagined myself being a princess, a pirate, a mermaid, a fairy. I've always loved that shit. I've always loved the idea of travel and the idea of a lot of things, but I never really went for it. I never really went out to get it. I did a year of university in Cal Poly Pomona, which is the ass crack of nowhere. In my opinion, it's really annoying to get places, and it's in LA. And I hate LA with a burning passion, so I was not very happy there. I made a very emotional decision to drop out at the beginning of the second school year. Then I went home and realized I am not going to be a basement dweller. I don't even have a basement. What am I going to do? And I decided, well, I could be a princess, pirate, mermaid, or fairy. Which one? I picked pirate, and here I am working on a boat now. That is the 30-second version of what actually happened. It took a lot of hard work and pain and money and a lot of opportunity and luck to get here. So I am now pursuing a life that I desire, which is kind of scary because when you can do whatever the hell you want, it can be very emotional and very existential. I have an existential crisis twice a day, probably, thinking, is this it? Is this my life for the rest of my life? What do I want to do with my life? Am I doing enough with my life? Can life be simple? Can life be a simple moment? That is kind of what you get for living life intentionally and not just doing what other people are doing or using a 4-year university as a crutch to not have to think about your future. Then you graduate and you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? But I cut it short. I decided to do it now. And now I'm figuring out the kind of person I want to be, the kind of life I want to live. And I know I want to live an intentional life. I'm an artist, storyteller, and musician. Welcome to my life. It's gonna be a ride. I'm very excited to take you all along with me. Stay safe out there. Mwah.